All right, so Nana, episode 23. Let's go. Oh, gosh. I'm stressed. I'm very stressed. Where do we go from here? So are they just together now? Like, how's this gonna work? With Nana O, with Yasu, with Shinichi, with Nobu, with Ren? I don't know. I don't know. And for some reason, I'm scared to find out. God. Oh my God. Leaving. Why did she leave? Oh, I guess to give them space? I don't know. Yeah. And clearly she like had no plans to. She was already like in bed sleeping and everything. And so in her mind, she probably was like, I need to speak to Ren about this. Like, what's going on? This is shocking. Oh my God. I can't. It's so funny because before I started recording, I was thinking, ugh, I'm a bit tired. Like, I don't know, if I'll be able to like muster up the energy. No, the energy's back. As soon as I clicked play, I was like, oh God. Also, I love this intro, but we need to skip it because I gotta know what's going on. Oh. Pet? Okay. Oh, so okay, other people know that he's into her. Exactly, that's different. Okay, all right, Nobu, I feel like you're making a lot of assumptions here. Number one, yeah, she's in love with him. Yeah, as Shinichi said, like as a fan, right? She's a fan of his, has been for a long time. That's not equivalent to someone actually having true, genuine romantic feelings for someone. And just because they, I don't know, slept together once, that doesn't mean that like now there's no, I don't know. I just feel like he's giving up too early. He's kind of projecting a lot onto their relationship that there's no evidence for, Oh. I think this opens up a really interesting conversation about, like, how would I even put this? Also, please bear in mind, it is late, and so my brain's maybe a little fried, so I may not be able to cobble together my words in the same way I would if I was, a bit more fresh. So, apologies. Not to like go into sort of all of these different sort of social and kind of gender studies kind of language. It's not really gender studies, it's very basic, but people talk about things like the Madonna horror complex and how for some men who fundamentally don't view women as sort of the complex creatures that we are, typically will categorize them into that binary, right? The Madonna horror binary. And so like the way that Nobu is talking about Nana in a way is a bit reminiscent of that, because Shinichi seems like he's able to sort of hold space for Nana just getting swept up in the moment and being like, listen, there's this guy, he's into me, he wants to hook up, I kind of want to hook up, let's just do it. I think he, based on his sort of experiences, has, I guess, no trouble sort of making that determination about Nana. But for Nobu, he's really struggling to reconcile this idea of Nana as like, this good girl, innocent, naive, some of the attributes that are true, right? Genuine to who Nana is. especially like, yeah, naive and a bit immature. um, but reconciling that with like her also having agency to be able to decide for herself who she wants to sleep with. And again, I guess it ties to even Nana, like Hachi's own fears about like what Nana's reaction would be. And so I think she herself is struggling with, I guess, maybe the same thing Nobu's struggling with, where she's not able to, where she doesn't, and maybe honestly, now that I'm saying this out loud, I think this also kind of shows in a way, or demonstrates in a way, how at the very least we sort of, I don't know, in the US, you know, I can't speak for Japan, have really evolved socially to a certain extent when it comes to like women and like women's like sexuality, because you know we talk about like the 2000s, the 90s for sure, the 2000s, and like slut shaming and moving away from that. And I guess just the way that I'm thinking about things, I'm like, yeah, I guess society has moved that way, that like in a way it's weird for me to observe other people who are still kind of stuck in that mindset. But I guess the show was written like in the 90s and is set in the 90s. So yeah, but like, yeah, so anyway, that's all to say that in a way, like Nobu having this perspective of Nana, while in his mind it's a positive, right? Where he views her as someone who is more demure.
Very demure, very mindful.
Is a bit more, I don't know, demure or like reserved, like sexually reserved and like chaste and, you know, whatever, all these different things. In a way that's a bit, and this word's gonna sound extreme, and I don't mean it extreme in an extreme way. Like, it's very, right? There's a spectrum to everything. But in a way, it's like a bit dehumanizing, right? Because it's like, no, there's no possible way that she made this decision and this act that occurred was, you know, her own doing. She had to have been manipulated. She had to have been, you know, sweet talked into it. He must have kind of forced her in some way. He must have, you know, trying to come up with like these these explanations as to why she would sleep with him outside of like she just wanted to. Like that as an explanation, like I think feels impossible in Nobu's mind. So I sort of rant and ramble about this topic a lot more than you'll see in this video. If anyone's interested in like an unedited version of this, let me know in the comments, because I can post it somewhere and link it in the description box for anyone who's interested. So let me know. Thank you. Okay, so see, Shinichi and I are on the same page. It's like, in a way, it's his insistence that this is the only way that she could have, that this could have happened. In a way, is like, it's insulting, right? Like, it's kind of insulting to Nana herself. It's like she's not able to have the, I don't know, strength, like mental and emotional strength to be able to make decisions for herself. Like, it is a bit insulting, you know, towards her intelligence, but also like her emotional intelligence in a way. Oh? Oh! My God. Yeah, I guess like Shinichi said, it's like idealizing them. But in idealizing them, in putting them on this pedestal, you're essentially like removing their humanity. He's like, oh, the fact that Reira was interested in Shinichi, he's just like, Nobu just like couldn't handle it. And so I think that, I mean, I personally couldn't handle it either, but that's for other reasons. Yep, exactly. Wow. What did I say? Okay. Literally, all right. I was like, as I was rambling, I was just like, am I making any sense at all? Like, it is very late. Like, I do not know if I'm making any sense. Okay. So thank you, Shinichi, for echoing sort of the same sentiments that I had before.
ケツが軽いなんて思ってないよ。浅はかだなとは思うけど、みんなそれだけ寂しいんだよ。それに最初は出来心だったとしても、ハチのことだからどんどん本気になっちゃうかもしれない。
Yeah. It may have started off as an impulse, something that she just was like, you know what? YOLO. Like, why not? Let me just have fun. Let me just have a good time. And, you know, I'll deal with what comes next. But, you know, to Shinichi's point, although it may have started off like that, just because of who Nana is as a person, you know, she'll want it to be something more. And if not for this whole incident at the bar with Nobu and Takumi, it probably wouldn't have become anything more. But I think now, in order to spite him, Takumi's going to take this further than I think he originally intended.
でも匠側の調子じゃ、ハチが傷つくのは目に見えてるじゃん。ノブさんはそれで平気なの？僕はそんなの嫌だよ。
I also just love how much Shinichi knows Nana. Yeah, they're close.
知ってる女の人たちはみんな僕の体だったり心だったり欲しがるけど、ハチは何も求めずにただ優しくしてくれる。
Wow.
そういうのって愛を感じるじゃん。
Oh. I'm adding to my list of ships. I think the ships that I talked about last episode were Nana Ren, Nana Yasu, and then me and Yasu. I think the fourth ship I'm adding to that is Nana Shinichi, but from purely like a sort of brother-sister relationship. You know, we've seen signs before, and we've seen scenes in other episodes that, you know, between the two of them that show how much that they love, like, you know, really, I think, enjoy and appreciate one another. But to hear Shinichi specifically say that, you know, that he has a fondness for her because she's the only woman around him that doesn't want anything from him, like, it's so heartbreaking, truly heartbreaking. Like, it's beautiful in one way that, like, you know, that they've been able to form this type of bond. But again, it's just so heartbreaking that this is what his relationship with girls and women, like, has become, like, especially so early in his life. Like, that's gonna have such, like, deep, like, the impact on his ability to have romantic relationships in the future are, like, he's really gonna have to struggle through that, to push through a lot of, like, what he's been exposed to, having, like, coloring and sort of tainting his view and his perspective on love and relationships and women. And so it's actually really sad to hear that he already has that mindset of, like, almost all women want him, you know, sexually or romantically. I don't know. At such a young age, you know, it's sad. Oh, Yasu. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this Nana? Oh my god. Oh. Wait. Speaking of ships, guys. Wow. That's actually so interesting, because Hachi said, oh, Nana left. I assume she went to go see Ren, but she actually went to go see Yasu. And clearly she did not give him the context for everything that was wrong, because it seems to have no idea. But the fact that he, like, rushed and is, like, running to meet her to be like, what's wrong? What happened? Oh my god. I'll never give up the ship. Never. Why is he always dressed like that? Does he ever wear casual? She was just like in a shock. Oh wait, she just needed money. That's what she called him. That also just shows how much he cares about her. Because if someone woke me up at 4 in the morning for something as minor as like, hey, sorry, I left my wallet at home, no matter how much I love them, I would have been like, why'd you wake me up? So the fact that he's just like, oh, okay, well, you know, glad it's nothing serious, and just kind of leaves it at that and is just very chill about it. Again, love Yasu.
Takumi がうちに来てるんだ。邪魔しちゃ悪いと思ってさ。
Oh, I wanted to see Yasu's reaction. Damn. My God, back here. This is also so crazy. She literally just slept with Takumi in her bed with a poster of him and his band above her bed. Like, that's so crazy to me. Just like, oh my God. It's so weird. So weird. Right. Wow. That just shows his morals.
匠こそモテるから彼女いっぱいいるんでしょ。
いや全然ダメ。もう全滅。
嘘。いくら私がバカでもそれでもない。
俺仕事最優先でつい女ほったらかしにしちゃうから。メールの返事とかまめに書けないし。
I never manage, I end up. That's like language that's very passive. You know, it's like, ugh, I just never manage to text them back. I just, you know, end up neglecting them. It's like, well, I mean, you sort of actively decide to do those things. Like, and as he talks, it's like, I'm not sure to what extent. I'm like, how much of this is real and authentic and how much of this is bullshit? Like, I can't really tell. This part does feel bullshit though. Like, it feels like he's saying all of this to like build up sympathies toward, like, you know, towards himself. That he's just like, no, you know, I'm a rock star, but I live just such a lonely life. And the women who I do, you know, engage with, just work is just so busy that I can't ever really maintain a consistent relationship. And when I'm ready, they say they're finished with me and they don't want to be with me. So, you know, it's just me, my lonely rock star life, just really wanting to have a real relationship. Like, shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Come on, Nana. It's like, I know you're smarter than this. What? Oh my. I already said this in the last one, but I feel like this man might be evil. No, I mean, he's obviously like manipulative, self-serving, you know, all of those things. But like, you know, evil. Can't she though? I was gonna say, she's, yeah. Because, okay, for a second I was like, okay, is she really denying, like, who this man actually is? Like, is she just in denial? But a little bit, but she obviously, like, recognizes that he's not a good guy. Ooh.
別にもともと私の所有物なわけじゃないし、そんな考え方おかしいのは分かってんだけど、どんなに一緒にいてもみんなそれぞれに生きてて、誰かを自分のものにするなんて絶対無理なのは分かってんだけど。
Interesting. So it's so funny because, again, I think, you know, a couple episodes ago, Hachi was basically, you know, a bit sad because she felt like, wow, like all of these really cool, interesting people, and there's me, and like they're only friends with me because I'm friends with Nana, and like none of them actually like truly care about me like as a person. But these past two episodes have really, this episode and the last one, have really demonstrated that the ways in which people in this social circle really feel this strong connection to Hachi, like beyond what she even really recognizes, and they feel as though they have like a duty to like protect her. Some of it is like, you know, yeah, the weird kind of, you know, she's our pet, we have to take care of her. You know, that sort of framing of their relationship. But at the end of the day, I think ultimately it's like still really, it's still really nice to see how much they seem to care for Hachi and her well-being. Because there's some friends who are just like, well, you know, have fun, and if it goes wrong, like, sucks to suck. But, you know, they really are trying to look out for her, and really have her best interests at heart. So, but sorry, I forgot to actually talk about what Nana actually said. Yeah, that whole idea that like Trapnest is like taking away the things that she loves or the people that she loves. Interesting. Very interesting. I feel like I need to think about that a little bit more, but to the, oh, is that where he was? Such an weird dynamic, actually. I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm saying, you know, I'm sure he's saying it at least intends for it to be taken as a joke, but genuinely, I think with the relationship that they have, what would that look like if Yasu actually did get into a relationship? Because obviously Nana has Ren, but something like this happens and Yasu's the first one that she calls. So in a way, it's like she's kind of keeping him, I don't want to say on a leash. That sounds a bit, it sounds more negative than I intend it to be, but, you know, she sort of keeps him close. Closer than I think a normal friend would. And so that's something that could actually interfere with him being able to build relationships with others, because if they see the relationship he has with Nana, they'll be like, what's this about? Yeah, that's true.
なんで私が宿敵のギタリストにこんな朝っぱらからウキウキ会いに行かなきゃならねえんだ。
Oh my god, no, come on. You can't see Red as that. They really are.
レンが上京する前、さっきのお前と同じようなこと言ってたの。は結局みんな一人で、どんなに寄り添っても一つにはなれなくて、誰かを自分のものにするなんて絶対無理だって。そしたら革ジャンのポケットにでも入れて東京まで連れて行くのに。いや、大変だろうそれ。
Wow. Yasu is the best wingman, even though he has feelings for her as well. But I wonder how she feels about that, actually. I don't know if Yasu, like, shared the details of their conversation, but if he was like, yeah, I told him to tell you, I'm going to Tokyo and you're coming with me. And instead he says, you know, you can have your own life or whatever. Yeah, you can live on without me if you'd like. So kind of giving her sort of the option and not making any sort of demands of her. Oh, this has to be his place. Okay, of course.
東京にも海はあるんだよね。忘れてた。
いい眺めだろう。
His neck looks strangely long right now.
考えてみよ
Shut up. What? So this is where my late night delirium really kicks in. I completely misread the subtitles in the last scene and for some reason thought that Nana said, "I think it's over," instead of "I'll think it over." And so I was just operating under the assumption that they broke up in that moment. So yeah, I was a bit confused in the following scenes, but I reread it and figured out what exactly was happening. So apologies for the confusion. Oh my god. I'm too tired to like think through this. I might need to like record sort of the post episode discussion tomorrow or like another day, because I don't know what insights I can really bring in the current state that I am. Oh god. And now these fools, ugh, hate it. At least someone ate the food from the night before. This is gonna be so bad.
オフっつっても何かとやり
Uh-huh, sure.
ごめんね。
Sure. I'll be in touch. Sure.
いや
Why?
私は他の女とは違う
What makes her think she's different? Well, whatever. It's because he's telling her that she is. Oh my god, the little puppy. Oh. Oh my god. Of course.
出直す。
What? He's just gonna leave? Oh my gosh.
相談に乗るよ
Just tell her.
でも絶対いつか超えてやる。
何を
匠。
She doesn't know that other people know. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's obsessed with him. Why does he love Yasu like that?
どいつもこいつも
ガイアミュージックの川野と申します。
Oh?
送っていただいたデモテープとライブを拝見しました。ぜひ一度お話。
Is that Shinichi? Oh my goodness. Is that Reira?
ああ、なな、俺払うか。
う。いいよ。自分のだし。
Is she actually struggling with money?
もうナナのこと分かってなんかいなかった
Hmm.
傷つけてることに
Oh, okay. Wait, okay.
許して
Oh my god. Okay. Sorry, guys. I feel like the energy level is probably a bit lower than usual, but so much happened in this episode. So much happened. Goodness gracious. Where do we begin? Okay, so I think I spoke quite a bit during the episode, during the Nobu and Shinichi scene. Actually, interestingly enough, they're like overlooking the water and like looking at the bridge and like the skyline, over the water. And actually, I think I'll count sort of as I go through some of these, but there's actually, I think, several scenes this episode where characters are talking and sort of looking out at the water, but like Nana and Ren, for example. But yeah, so I think I spoke a lot about this. I think it maybe wasn't the most coherent and the most eloquent, but I think I might have said all I needed to say. I already spoke about Shinichi and him sharing like his view on Nana and like why he has that affection towards her, which again is beautiful but also very sad, very tragic. Interestingly enough, after the whole Takumi reveal, I won't necessarily say that Nana called Yasu because he was like the only person she wants to talk to. She did say that it was because she arrived at this cafe, coffee shop, whatever it is, and forgot to bring her wallet, and she just needed someone's help. But I still do think it's interesting that she calls Yasu and not Ren. I know she had the expectation that Ren was going to be out all night and, you know, going to these different parties for to celebrate the end of the tour, but I don't know. I feel like that kind of speaks to something. And it's just interesting because like everyone who knows this guy is like, he's bad news. Nana should not be with him. Like, he has not built a great reputation for himself. So yeah, that's a bit rough, but I mean, I don't blame him, because you look at the material, look at how he's acting, the things that he's saying. Ugh, the scene with him and Nana in bed, just chatting it up. I just hate it. There was a second where I was like, oh, is he like genuinely opening up? But I was like, no, he's being manipulative. I think it took until when he was like, you know, woe is me. I just don't talk to the women that I've hooked up with. I don't text them back. Don't respond to their phone calls. Don't really keep up with them. And it's like, but it's not my fault. It's all just because of the circumstances of just being so busy with work. Like, that as an excuse is just so absurd. But of course, you know, Nana falls for it. Yeah. But it's, what's interesting is like when he was like, I want you, what did he say? I want to have you forever or something. Oh, I don't want to give you up. Be mine forever. So it's so interesting, so fascinating. And sorry, my synapses are firing a bit slow, and so it probably shouldn't take me this long to make the connection, but the theme of this episode really seems to be this idea of sort of ownership and entitlement within a relationship, and like what that actually means in terms of being able to, I don't know, sort of dictate things about the other person. You know, it's Ren talking, you know, flashback to Ren talking about how he wished he could just own Nana in a way so that, you know, he doesn't have to be apart from her and she can basically be wherever he is, like in his pocket. There was Nana talking about how, in a way, she feels like Trap Nest is taking all of the people that are important to her from her. And she mentioned Hachi, and she was like, but, you know, I don't want to make it seem as though I feel like she's my pet and like that I, you know, own her. But yes, so those are kind of three examples of characters talking about like this idea of like, also in a way it's like, I don't know, this desire for like exclusivity. So like Takumi, for example, him saying like, I want you to be mine, in a way is sort of saying like, okay, I want you to get with no one else but me. Even though we know what his like, you know, his MO is going to be. Oh, yes. So going along with that, something I found interesting was that it's like, you know, they're having these conversations about kind of another person belonging to them. And then, you know, you hear Nana talk about how frustrating it is that she feels like she has to like share people with others, especially Trap Nest specifically. She feels like she has to, you know, she's not back together with Ren. Like they're not two, you know, people together, but it's like, in a way, she's like on borrowed time. Like she is sharing him with the band the same way that now she feels as though she's going to have to be sharing Hachi with Takumi. Yeah, I don't know. It's a fascinating topic. Another thing is, I think I might be confused the scene with Ren and Nana. Oh my god. Guys, I'm literally losing it. Oh my gosh. I thought she said, I think it's over. I thought it was like, it was, oh, I forget the Tokyo's by the ocean. He's like, yeah, it's a nice view, huh? I think it's over. I literally thought that's what the conversation was. I did not realize that he said, do you want to live with me? And she said, I'll think it over. Oh my god. Okay, so this is why I should not be watching this when I'm tired. Okay. So wait, so does that mean that they might not live together soon-ish? Oh wow. That'll change everything. And then, you know, Takumi leaves and says he has work to do, even though it's his day off. He does not want to spend time with you. That's really it. Oh my gosh, Nobu. Oh my god, okay. So Nobu coming in, ready to like make a stand and, you know, express his feelings for Nana. And then he chickened out and then he just left. It did seem like she had a realization when he said, you know, someday I'll beat him. And she said, who? And he said, Takumi. Like, there was a bit of a reaction there. But we're not exactly sure. But honestly, with everything that happened in this episode, I think very interesting, very fascinating conversations. Honestly, the thing that I kind of want to talk about... Oh, actually, sorry, before I go into that. Just as in... Oh, wait, oh my god. What am I talking about? So many things happened. Okay. So... The voice message... The voicemail that Yasu received from someone from a music studio or a music production company, or I'm assuming like a label. That's what I'm thinking. Like a music label. Listen, Blast might be on the up and up soon. That's so exciting. Hopefully that materializes into something next episode, because I definitely want to see what is next for Blast, considering they've been putting in the work in terms of improving their sound and doing more gigs. So that's super exciting. That was super short, but there's that. And I read about this. Shinichi and Reira, I don't fully understand. And he was like, are you serious about this? And she just smiles. But like, what does that mean? I don't understand. I don't get it. My question is Nana actually short? Like, is she actually strapped for cash? We haven't actually seen her work a job yet. And so we don't actually fully know how she's been making money in the past. But I think maybe now, especially that she's focusing a lot more on the band, maybe she has less time to do these odd jobs that were bringing her income previously. Because it just, I don't know, there's just something about this episode that made it seem a bit like, is she okay financially? But yeah, but that's why I was confused, because like Ren is with her. So I was like, I don't get it. Like, I feel so stupid. I'm sorry. But anyway, all that to say, a lot of plot points, a lot of development, a lot of things happening. The thing that I was truly the most intrigued by was the statement that Nana made where she said, I never understood even the smallest part of you. Can you forgive me for hurting you without even realizing? And so I've been saying this from the beginning. I was like, these letters or messages or whatever they are, seem to be coming from, you know, this future version of Nana, Nana K, so Hachi, where it's been, you know, from a perspective from Hachi, that seems like, at least, you know, what we've been able to infer is that she and Nana are no longer friends. They're no longer communicating. Nana K still has these, the feeling of like admiration and all of that into Nana O. Like that still exists, whatever in this future state Nana that there is. But we never really got any like evidence or any insights into potentially what caused their split. But in this episode, we see Nana apologize and said, "Can you forgive me for hurting you?" Even though, without even realizing it. And so I think it's probably something big. Like, I just don't know what it could be, but I am excited to find out. And so with that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.